Hello, my name is Collection Connoisseur. I collect digital thingamabobs in video games, and today I'm playing Monster Train. This time on Monster Train, we will try once again to defeat the highest Covenant rank. This time we will be playing as the Stygian, with the Melting as our secondary clan. The last time we did this, we played as the exiled Stygian champion, so we will be playing as the primary Stygian champion this time. And the last time we did that, with the Melting, we did the exiled Melting, so this time we're going to do primary Stygian, primary Melting. We've never done this combination before. Alright, let's see if I can win Covenant rank 25. We got very close last time. Maybe this will be the time. We start with Flash Freeze, Wicklash, and Urchin Spines. So I'm perfectly happy with Urchin Spines. Wicklash can be quite good. Flash Freeze I tend not to like, simply because I think Frostbite doesn't work so well against the Last Divinity, and it really doesn't help that much against a lot of the smaller enemies, in my opinion. So it's good against very particular bosses and not much else. We've got Seraph the Diligent. The first card played each turn gets Consume. That's painful. That's painful once again. We played against Seraph the Diligent last time, but still, Seraph the Diligent is one of the harder Seraph versions, in my opinion. Arcus, Darkness Incarnate, has Blinding and Shattering. That is kind of perfect when you're playing as the Stygian as your primary clan, because there's no Looming Dark Shard. And we usually care about spells when we're playing as Stygian. And then Daedalus again has Explosive Sigil. This used to be the least common one that I faced, and now it seems to be happening quite a lot that we have Explosive Sigil. Okay, I think that there's no problem except for Seraph the Diligent. We really have to come up with a way to deal with Seraph the Diligent by the end, and the Last Divinity, because gotta also defeat the Last Divinity after Seraph the Diligent. So, that's our starting deck. Let's look at that a little bit before I make more decisions, because we've got Dregs, Frozen Lances. Flash Freeze is at least targeted damage, it doesn't hit the front unit. Alright, well, let's do the champion upgrade first. Conduit worked really well last time we played with Tethys Titan's Bane. Chillwind I tend not to like. See the aforementioned comments about Frostbite. So we will be taking Conduit. So Token of a Traitor is kind of fun with the Stygian. Deals 2 damage to a random enemy unit on that floor. I find that to be fun, but maybe not great. In contrast, I found Winged Indulgence to be surprisingly good, but still overall I consider it to be weak. There's certainly not a lot that you can combo with it, so I think I want Token of a Traitor, if only because it just does more things more often, even if the thing that it does might not be as useful as Winged Indulgence. So, I think this is a generally mediocre start. Let's see how we can do later on. So we always turn on the first one, and we get a unit draft. I think I do really want the unit draft. Interesting that Apprentice of Light is here. Let's see how we do against that one early on with what we have, because Dregs don't work very well against the Apprentice of Light. So Tethys Titan's Bane probably goes at the top. Probably? I don't really see where you want the Dregs, because you don't want the Apprentice of Light to slay your Dreg. I guess we could put 2 Train Stewards at the bottom. But even then, if we put 2 Train Stewards at the bottom, it works well right now, but the next time an Apprentice of Light shows up, it's not great. I don't know. We've got a weird start. I think we do want Tethys Titan's Bane at the top, though. And then I guess we play the 2 Train Stewards here. And the Dregs. Because we have Wicklash, we really do want to play the Dregs. I don't want them to be... I want them to be most places, though, so let's just put them at the top. They'll burn out before something shows up, because we don't want the Apprentice of Light to hit them. We don't want it to hit my champion either, which is a problem that is slowly coming up the drain. Okay, we only have 2 Ember this turn. Not a great turn to only have 2 Ember. The Flash Freeze is certainly better than Frozen Lance, and I think that we want to play Flash Freeze at the bottom on this guy. Great, hit exactly the one that I wanted it to hit. And then we probably want to play Flash Freeze here, hitting you. Oh man, this is not great. At least we've got a Train Steward at the bottom that survives, but he's going to have Damage Shield, which we knew was going to happen, but still seems bad. I think we might be getting some damage on our Pyre here. We have Urchin Spines, which is not very helpful. We need to put something in front of my champion, but unfortunately the things that we put in front of my champion die, which gives him Damage Shield. Right. So let's do a Wicklash. We're going to do the Wicklash here because we want this one to die. Oh. Oh, never mind. I was thinking that Wicklash actually got something out of the consume pile. I don't know why I was thinking that, but I clearly was thinking wrong. Let's do Urchin Spines here. Darn, you did not get the 2 damage. I was really hoping that you would get the 2 damage. Okay, so we have to put something in front. That's going to be a drag. Then we're going to put a drag behind, and the drag behind is going to have 2 Wicklashes on it, because that's the best thing I can come up with. Yes. Okay, well, you know, we're actually doing kind of okay. Kind of okay, except that our champion might be dying. But even then, how much does our champion actually do here? Probably not as much as I would hope. Again, we can save the champion with a drag, so I guess we will. Now this one is dying. This one makes it to the top, but he doesn't deal any damage, so that's fine. Let's focus on the boss. If we do 3 Frozen Lances, most likely the back one dies. It did. And can we deal with the boss? I think that depends on... I don't know how we deal with the boss. I think we're going to deal lots of damage to the boss, but I'm not sure that we're going to kill it. Because it only takes 2 hits up here. Actually, we can play Train Steward this turn. If we play a Train Steward at the top... Okay, I'm thinking that we play a Train Steward at the top. If we put a Train Steward in front, then the boss takes 2 turns killing the Train Steward, rather than what it is now, where he takes 2 turns killing both of the units. So if we put a Train Steward, now this one will get to deal damage 3 times before it dies. Which, if we give it a Wicklash, is enough for it to win, right? Great. So I think we're coming out of this one without taking any damage. Great. We are getting out of this one without taking any damage on the Pyre. It was a little bit tricky, though. It was a tricky first battle. So I have a newfound respect for Mollusk Mage after my recent endeavors with Mollusk Mage, including the Super Mollusk Mage, which I liked. The Cuddle Hex we've never played with before. Well, maybe we have played with it once, but only once. I'm thinking about Cuddle Hex simply because we haven't played with it before. Applying Frozen to cards in my hand is useful. What's its essence? It basically applies the Cuddle Hex to the next unit. You know, I kind of want to take the Cuddle Hex. Let's take it. We could get another Wicklash, or we could get Molten Encasement. I think Molten Encasement could be quite good The main thing that we need with Molten Encasement is a way to get it back, which we don't have. I'm still going to take Molten Encasement. I think this one could really make us do good things. Alright, what do we want here? Probably not Titan Sentry. The Wickless Baron seems like it could be rather good, especially if it had stealth with the Molten Encasement. It also has a pretty good sacrifice effect. I'm looking at sacrifice effects because if I sacrifice something that normally costs 2 capacity to something that costs 1 capacity, we can fit more on the same floor, and I found that to be quite useful. The Wickless Baron has a pretty good sacrifice effect, and it's also pretty good on its own. The Lady of the Reformed I tend to like, but I think we've got to take Wickless Baron. Let's take it. Okay, which of these unit banners would I really like? Probably the Stygian unit banner. Probably. So let's go to the right. Also, the Merchant of Steel is useful. We've gotten a couple of things that we could upgrade. Divine Temple has a True Stone. I like True Stone. The only thing we can really put it on is Flash Freeze. It's something. Value Stone doesn't really go on anything yet. So, am I thinking about putting a True Stone on a Flash Freeze? It seems somewhat questionable. Let's look at other things first. Speed Stone makes somebody quick. That's not bad, but it's not great. Heartstone and Strength Stone is not too bad. Let's take the unit banner next. The Icy Silophyte. Alright, the Icy Silophyte is something that we want. It's a sweep unit, which is excellent. The Spell Weakness 1 works really well against bosses as long as we're not setting up on the top floor. Yeah, Icy Silophyte. Let's go. So the Icy Silophyte, we probably want the Speed Stone and the Strength Stone on, and we might want to sacrifice our... our Wickless Baron to the Icy Silophyte. The Molten Encasement works really well with it. Yeah, I like that Icy Silophyte. Okay, so let's make the Icy Silophyte as good as we can right now, which involves a Speed Stone, a Strength Stone, and then sacrificing the Wickless Baron to it. Okay, so I'm putting a lot of eggs into this basket, the Icy Silophyte basket. I want to find other ways to make the Icy Silophyte work better for me. How else can I make it work better for me? I'm not sure, but I don't think we want the True Stone or the Value Stone yet. We're going to save getting spell upgrades for a future time. And move on. I think we've got something that can really handle the first few battles, and after that I'm not really sure. Okay, Mark of Invasion, I don't mind that. Especially with a sweep unit that has quick. Also, my Token of a Traitor works really well in this. Okay, what I really want to do is play the Icy Silophyte in the center. Actually, with the Conduit Infiltrator, we kind of don't want to do that. We could do it at the bottom. We could do it at the bottom or the top. The top, we could play our Tethys Titan's Bane, a Frozen Lance, which would kill 2 of them, and then a Train Steward. We would have to deal with the second floor later, though. Or we could just put our Icy Silophyte at the top, and it will get big and strong really fast. Because of the last episode, I'm very aware that if we don't kill one of these, then this one is making it into the the Pyre Room, which only deals 1 damage, but still, we should avoid that happening. So what do I want? I probably want the Icy Siliphyte at the top because we've got the Conduit Infiltrators and the Mark of Invasion. Okay, you're going at the top. Next, we put Tethys Titan's Bane also at the top. We're going to put him in front because we actually value his life less than we do the Icy Siliphyte. And then we've got 2 Ember to spend. I think what I want to do is play the Train Steward and play Wicklash on it. And the reason to do that is we kill 1 of these. I guess we're going to do it on this floor. Train Steward, Wicklash. We kill 1 of these, thanks to Token of a Traitor, and that means that these 7 units fit on the top floor next turn, which is great. We can also play the Frozen Lance. It doesn't do a whole lot. It doesn't do anything that Icy Siliphyte doesn't already do, but still, we did it. Okay, Icy Siliphyte just kills everything. Except for the Collector. The Collector needs to die a different way, which I guess will be a Dreg. I'm even going to play a Wicklash on this Dreg, which means the Wicklash will kill it, but still. I think that having a Dreg in the center that will deal damage to the boss might be good. Let's put a Train Steward in front. And do we put the other Dreg in front just to get rid of it? We could put it at the bottom also to get rid of it. Let's just put it there. Let it die. Alright, Icy Siliphyte has gotten a lot bigger. And Icy Siliphyte kills all of those. We've got more Dregs that we can play. Let's play a bunch of Dregs at the bottom. With a Train Steward in front? In front, I guess. And then there's no reason to play anything here, because Icy Siliphyte just killed them all. Okay, unfortunately, you skip the center floor currently. We can only stop that if we play spells and it happens to hit this one with the Token of a Traitor. So we're gonna try. Nope. Alright, you're skipping the center floor. You skipping the center floor is really not what I wanted. Yeah, really not what I wanted. Let's put the Train Steward in front at the top, get that Ember Drain, and at least we will be able to deal damage to that creature faster. Okay, we are winning. Great, we didn't even need the Molten Encasement, but remember we've got the Molten Encasement, and the Cuddle Hex, which we never saw either. I think we need to remove cards from the deck. If we remove cards from the deck, we might have a pretty good deck. We also need to add some things that make the deck better, but removing cards I think would be quite good. I do like Titan's Gratitude as a big spell that we could use to deal lots of damage. I particularly like it because our general goal right now is to use Icy Siliphyte, and the Icy Siliphyte will probably do a whole bunch of spell weakness on the boss, and then we can hit it with a giant Titan's Gratitude, in theory. That's the theory. Do we want an Entombed Explosive? I kind of do, and I kind of don't. I don't know if I want the other ones either. See, one of the problems is we're going up against Seraph the Diligent, who does consume spells. And so at some point we consume all of the spells that we have in our deck, unless we add a bunch of spells to our deck. Yeah, I don't know what I want, but I don't think it's these. So let's skip these. Okay, do we want a Remnant unit, or do we want to duplicate and gain Pyre health? I think duplicate gain Pyre health is not very good for us. We could duplicate our Icy Siliphyte. Do we want to duplicate our Icy Siliphyte? It's fully upgraded. I I'm actually tempted, but maybe we duplicate it at a later time when we've got better options. We almost certainly want to remove cards next time, which gives us another unit banner. Lots of unit banners. I don't know. I don't know if we want to duplicate this or not. And if we duplicate it, we might do it really late in the run. For now, I think we're going to go right. Let's get this artifact. Ooh, both of these are good. I like both of these. We're probably going to go to a lot more Merchants of Magic than we are Merchants of Steel. But still, if we went to another Merchant of Steel, we could add another thing to our Icy Silliphite if we took the Pyrestone housing. And that's pretty nice. We also don't have many spells that we want to add lots of upgrades to currently. I think I'm actually going to take Pyrestone housing, which seems crazy because I'm playing as the Stygian. But we're going to add a bunch of spells to our deck. We're not going to add a bunch of units. So we can easily spread the upgrades across spells. Alright, let's see what this one is. The Wickless Tycoon. Or the Paraffin Enforcer. I don't know that I want either of those. Don't think I want either of those. Let's skip these. And then the Concealed Caverns. What could this be? It could be amazing. Don't recognize it. A Rail of the Covenant. Do you take the Rail Spike? So, the monster Rail Spike makes it so that we purge a unit, and the spell Rail Spike makes it so that we purge a spell. I certainly want to purge something. We've got lots of things to purge. I guess let's take the monster Rail Spike and use it to purge a Train Steward. So, Train Steward, you're going to get purged. Okay, that was basically just remove one card from the deck. Not the most beneficial of Concealed Caverns, but at least it was beneficial. We've been to many that have not been very beneficial. So Explosive Sigil is annoying because none of my units have a whole lot of health, but still. One of the nice things about this battle is because my Icy Silliphite has quick, we don't really care about the constructed explosives. We can set up at the bottom as long as we have something to take the damage. Like the Train Steward, I guess. So let's set up at the bottom. Let's put a Train Steward in front so that the Train Steward takes the damage from all of those things dying. And then let's play the Urchin Spines because that adds spell weakness to Daedalus. And then what do we want for these two? I guess let's play a Drag at the bottom because there's not much else that can fit, and it will burn out, which is good for us because that will trigger your harvest. And then Tethys Titan's Bane is going to be... Is it going to be at the top? I guess we're going to put the Tethys Titan's Bane in the center. Alright, Daedalus went to the top. Daedalus going to the top is not so bad. You are not currently dying. We should be able to change that with Frozen Lances. The Molten Encasement, I probably want to put that where the Tethys Titan's Bane is, unless I want to keep it for later, so that Icy Silliphite can be stealthy later. I think we want it here. Okay. Well, we can essentially kill you. Let's do that. And one more would kill you. On the other hand, well, we do actually want you to die because the Icy Silliphite gets stronger. I kind of wanted to add Frostbite to Daedalus, but we don't want to use up the spell weakness. So never mind. Let's use the Frozen Lance and then have our Icy Silliphite get stronger. Alright, so you are exploding, killing this, giving you stealth 2. Not exactly what I really want there. We do want the train steward at the bottom. And then we could put a drag at the bottom and give it a whole bunch of whiplash. Just put the drag behind Icy Silliphite. That's not the worst. It could also go here because it would be stealthy, which is fine. I think we want it at the bottom. So, drag at the bottom. Oh, the sweep. The sweep kills the drag. Well, that was foolish. Did not really think about the sweep. So, that was kind of wasted. Should have put it in the center. So the bottom is currently fine. It's the middle that has a problem. The Titan's Gratitude will help with the middle. The Flash Freeze also helps with the middle. Okay, well, let's play the Flash Freeze first, I guess. If we play Titan's Gratitude first, it will kill this one, but we might discard the Flash Freeze. Do we play a Train Steward here? I think we want to play both of these in the center. So, Titan's Gratitude here, we can actually play the Train Steward somewhere first. I guess there being a Train Steward here is not bad. And then we can also play the drag down here, so that it's there to die instead of Icy Silliphite taking damage. Okay. And our Icy Silliphite is very strong. Almost kills that front one. If we just do a Frozen Lance, the front one dies. Cuddle Hex. Cuddle Hex could go in the center. We should play our Train Steward. I guess we play the Train Steward down here. We want to play that so it purges. And now you are dying because the Train Steward hits you. Okay. Where do we play our Cuddle Hex? I guess just right here. And then no place really to put the drag. Let's play a Frozen Lance so we actually kill you early. And then be done. This other Frozen Lance is frozen, as Frozen Lances should be. So unfortunately, we did not get the Titan's Gratitude, which we kind of wanted so we could hit the boss really hard. Maybe we do that next turn. And this turn what we do is just win, I guess, because we can probably just win. I don't know, we might not be able to just win. Let's start with this. Okay, we just win, never mind. Alright, so far this is going well, but obviously our Icy Silliphite technique really works when the units are small enough for the Icy Silliphite to kill them straight off, which is going to stop being true soon. Gifts for a guard. Consumes my spells. The problem with Gifts for a guard is that it consumes my spells. Spike of the Stygian. Applying the sap is good, but you know, I'm really thinking about the later bosses. I don't know if the Spike of Stygian is going to be great. The Gifts for a guard is very strong. It's very strong at the very end. Do we take it because it's very strong at the very end? I don't know. I think I've got to play with it more. Let's play with it more, figure out if we like it. We could get a Cold Celia in addition to our other sweep unit. I don't think we will. Siren of the Sea is a pretty solid one. Siren of the Sea could be something that goes in front of Icy Silliphite. Lady of the Reformed could also be something that goes in front. Just have lots of health in front. I don't know. We need more units, don't we? We probably need more units. We certainly need something to take damage, and we don't have something that can really take damage currently. I guess Lady of the Reformed is the one here that can take the most damage. Siren of the Sea can take more if you play enough spells, but I don't think we're going to play enough spells for it to be better than Lady of the Reformed for taking damage. So I guess Lady of the Reformed it is. And then we certainly want Herzl's Compound. Certainly. Okay. Where is this one going? I don't currently know. Let's go to the right, remove some cards. I'm going to look at the Divine Temple first. There's another True Stone. The True Stone could go on Titan's Gratitude. It does work pretty well there. The Twin Stone could go on Urchin Spines, maybe? Or the Wicklash? Could go on anything, really. Let's look at the Merchant of Magic, see what we're dealing with there. Stack Stone. Stack Stone would double the burnout, but not the attack. It would double the Frostbite, but I don't think this is a Frostbite run. Let's upgrade our champion. And what are we doing with the champion? The handheld totem is interesting, because it is another thing that applies spell weakness to things with sweep. That's so interesting. It's like another one of the same unit. Except it's not as good as the Icy Silophyte. Still though, that's kind of neat. Let's take it. Let's take the handheld totem. I'm very curious what handheld totem 2 does, because if I've played it with it before, I do not remember. We certainly want to remove cards. I don't know which ones. Except for the Train Stewards. We know we want to remove Train Stewards. So let's just start there, because we know we want to remove those. And then Stygian Banner. Again, we get offered the Siren of the Sea. Do we take Siren of the Sea now that we already have Lady of the Reformed? I think we do. And I think I'm primarily taking this because of the sacrifice ability. Because putting that sacrifice ability on something else, like Lady of the Reformed or something like that, does make it a lot better. So I don't care about the Stack Stone. How much do I care about Power Stone? It's good on Titan's Gratitude, but honestly, we probably want an Extreme Stone and a True Stone on that. Let's do a True Stone on Titan's Gratitude. I kind of think we don't care for the Power Stone. But we do want the Ember Stone. And we want the Ember Stone on a Wicklash, maybe? Let's put Ember Stone on Wicklash. And then I might put a Twin Stone on that same Wicklash, but let's re-roll here. See if there's something else that we really care about here. A Freeze Stone. We could put the Freeze Stone on the Gifts for a Guard. It seems almost redundant when we have the Cuddle Hex. But what else do we put on Gifts for a Guard that we would want? I'm not sure. Surge Stone, we certainly want. Surge Stone could go on Flash Freeze or Frozen Lance. Kind of want it on Flash Freeze. Put it on Flash Freeze, and then the idea is that we remove the Frozen Lances. Ember Stone. We could put an Ember Stone on the other Wicklash. Sure, why not? Okay, and I think we take the Freeze Stone, and we put the Freeze Stone on Gifts for a Guard. We have made a lot of upgrades. I don't know how much better the deck really is, though. And do I want to sacrifice now or later? Let's wait for here. to decide whether we're sacrificing or not. Because I think we want to sacrifice, but I'm not completely sure. Non-boss enemy units enter with Spikes 4. Spikes 4 is kind of bad with our Tethys Titan's Bane. And honestly, it's pretty bad with Icy Siliphyte right now, too. We might not be able to take Spikes 4. Sad. Sadly, we have to leave this one off. No random artifact. Yeah. Okay, now the real question is, are we setting up at the bottom anymore or somewhere else? Because we need you to actually defeat things. I guess we do have the Frozen Lances. And we have the Urchin Spines that we could play this turn. I think we do set up at the bottom. And I'm thinking that we've got the Icy Siliphyte in the back. We've got Tethys Titan's Bane in the middle. Do we want you in the middle? Yes. And then we have the Siren of the Sea in the front. And we're just going to use the Urchin Spines immediately. Before the Frozen Lance? I guess after the Frozen Lance, because 2 Frozen Lances on this one kills it, I think? Because we're doing 26, that would be 12 more. Yeah, so we play this after. Okay, so we still have to kill you, but you've got spell weakness too. The main problem with not killing him on turn 1 is that our Icy Siliphyte didn't get as big. Lots of things that we want to do. Lots of things. I think that we play Lady of the Reformed in the middle. I think we play Lady of the Reformed in the middle. And then maybe a Dreg or a Train Steward at the top. Let's do Titan's Gratitude next. That kills this one. And then we can do a Frozen Lance down here. We certainly will. Then we've got the Dreg and the Train Steward. We could do them both at the top. And take only one Ember Drain. I'll do that. And then you're going to die from the Train Steward up there. Our Icy Siliphyte is getting stronger, but not strong enough to kill something immediately. Oh no, I forgot to put the Twin Stone on the Wicklash. I did intend to do that, by the way. The idea is that I would Wicklash my Icy Siliphyte over and over and over again. Is that still worth doing? Because we can add 4 burnout... We can add 4 burnout every 3 turns-ish. That's not great. We could just do that on the champion. I really meant to do a Twin Stone on one of those Wicklashes, though. I just forgot about it. I guess let's play the Cuddle Hex in the center. Cuddle Hex in the center is the easy decision. Do we play Wicklash on any of these? The Icy Siliphyte is the one that I would want to add the Wicklash. I guess we can reliably get back to them. Okay, fine. But this means that we're playing a Dreg up here, so that we get the Dreg out of the deck, so that we get back to the Wicklashes faster. Okay, now you're killing things a lot more effectively. We will deal you some damage and deal you some damage. You're not dying, but that's okay. You will die on the way up. Now we just need the Icy Siliphytes to get more burnout. Which would have been easier if we put the Lady of the Reformed next to it, Granted. We want to use the Frozen Lance at the bottom. We want to play the Molten Encasement. Where? Where do we want the Molten Encasement? I do not know the answer to that question. Let's play 2 dregs at the top. 2 dregs, get out of the deck. Molten Encasement, we want you out of the deck, but we don't want this one to lose its burnout. Which means, let's put it behind it, weirdly. Weirdly behind. Okay, we got a Respite. We've got Gifts for a Guard for next turn. This turn, what we do is we play Frozen Lance, Frozen Lance, Frozen Lance. And that allows the Titan's Gratitude to be frozen by the Cuddle Hex. And then this turn, we might play Gifts for a Guard. We got the 2 Wicklashes. Great. That's what we wanted, so that you don't burn out as quickly. Great. You are still actually burning out, but not as quickly. And what do we do? Frozen Lance, Frozen Lance. We play a Flash Freeze on the boss. And then I guess let's play Gifts for a Guard. It gave me 3 Frozen Lances, of all things. Alright. We'll play those. And now we're winning. And we can even play the Titan's Gratitude. I was saving the Titan's Gratitude for next turn because Thoughtbinder would have a ridiculous amount of spell weakness. But since he just dies this turn, we'll play it. Okay, that went pretty well, but I still kind of fear for the future. I fear for the future. Another Urchin Spines is not bad. Do I want Preserve? I don't know if I want Preserve. But of these, Preserve is probably the one that I want. Okay, let's take Preserve. The Remnant Host, don't really want. The Remnant Pact, I do. Haha, alright. So I was trying to think of how we withstand some of the bigger things, but maybe what we do is we play, on Lady of the Reformed, we play Remnant Pact, and then we can play Lady of the Reformed over and over and over again. I like it. Okay, we still have the problem that we have trouble killing things that have a fair amount of health going up the train. I think we need to do that with damage spells. And currently we've got 1 damage spell of note. Okay, that's not great. Let's go to the right. We definitely want to remove cards. So we're going to remove a Train Steward and a Dreg. Okay. That was easy, because there's so many cards we don't want in our deck that we have in our deck. Eternal Stone could remove Consume from something. Of those, probably Urchin Spines would be the best. Surge Stone. Surge Stone could go on the other Flash Freeze. Don't mind that. Now let's take the artifacts. This one first. Titan's Claws is interesting because of how much frozen we can add. Friendly units gain Rage 3 whenever they lose a stack of Burnout. Interesting. We're not taking the first Hell Pack, simply because we don't have any X-Cost cards, and I've turned down a couple of X-Cost cards. Fade's First Blade. Fade's First Blade is interesting because of my overall plan to add Burnout to my big quick sweep unit, and the need to deal more damage than we currently do. Okay, Fade's First Blade. Whenever you would play a spell that ascends or descends an enemy, we just don't have those. And I don't know if the Stygian or the Melting have any of those, actually. So let's take Cleansing Water. It does something. I think it's better than the gold that we would have gotten. I'm thinking we do take the Eternal Stone and put it on Urchin Spines. And then I think we take the Surge Stone and put it on Flash Freeze. The Ember Stone is usually good. We could put it on Gifts for a Guard. Or Urchin Spines, now that we would always play it. I mean, we would play Urchin Spines every turn that we draw it. So let's put that on it. Alright, go into the next battle. Still feel pretty weird about this deck. How in the world am I going to defeat the Last Divinity? Because the Last Divinity spell weakness doesn't work on the Last Divinity. I guess we'll get there when we get there. Enemy units enter with armor 15. With the overcharged tank in here, that's particularly bad. Also, the Sower of Sorrow has sweep. I think we don't turn this on. And I am actually worried about this battle. We've got the Tethys Titan's Bane, which we can put at the bottom. I think what we're going to do is we're going to play Lady of the Reformed and Tethys Titan's Bane, and that will leave a space for the Icy Silliphite. I think that's what we're doing. Lady of the Reformed goes in front. Tethys Titan's Bane goes here. Kind of want more space, don't I? I have a number of units that I want to have more space for. Do we even play the Frozen Lances? We do play the Wicklash. Let's play the Wicklash. Do we play the Frozen Lances? I guess it's better than not playing the Frozen Lances, because our front unit doesn't have sweep on it. The Dreg? What do we do with the Dreg? We don't put it at the bottom. I guess we're just going to place it in the center. Let it die. And then that one hopefully dies to our one spell that's pretty good. The Titan's Gratitude. We could kill you with the Titan's Gratitude. We are going to play the Icy Silliphite at the bottom, of course. So this one is obvious. Next. What's the next thing that we do? We want the Siren of the Sea out somewhere. We could put it in the center. That would incentivize me to play the Titan's Gratitude in the center. It's just that I'm worried about this next overcharge tank. I guess we could play Flash Freezes on it. Okay. Well, Siren of the Sea is going in the center. We can place another Drag up here, so that it protects the Icy Silliphite again. And then we want to play the Frozen Lance at the bottom, and play the Titan's Gratitude in the center. Oh, I could have played a Drag at the top to kill the Collector. I don't know why I didn't do that. Certainly I wanted to kill the Collector. Whoops. I don't think I'm so worried about this fight that I shouldn't have done that. Also, you lost your spikes. That's nice. I like that you lost your spikes. The Molten Encasement can go in the center. I think we want it here. A Drag could go at the top just to get rid of it. We could play the Flash Freeze in the center to kill this one. I like that. Don't really know what to do with the Drag. I guess we just don't do anything with the Drag. And both of you are going up, which is unfortunate. So we could play Flash Freeze to kill you, and then we don't care if this one goes up because it doesn't have spikes. Let's do that. Oh, you're still gaining because the Molten Encasement dies, even though you have the Frostbite. You end up gaining 2. How unfortunate. We could Remnant Pact our Molten Encasement. It's an interesting idea. The Cuddle Hex we certainly want to play. I guess we play the Cuddle Hex here. And then we don't care about the Dreg. We could preserve the Dreg. Kind of a weird thing to do. Thinking about where we put this Remnant Pact. We could put it at the bottom on the Lady of the Reformed, like I've said that I wanted to do. Or we could put it here to get this one back. What do we do against that overcharged tank? We basically have to hit it once more. Maybe we hit it with the Token of a Traitor. That's a possibility. Oh, one of the things that we could do is do Preserve right here. We do Preserve here. Darn, it did not hit the back one. Okay, well, we're going to preserve the Dreg, because we're going to play the other ones. And then we could play the Remnant Pact up here, so that we have another chance to hit you for 2 damage. Or we could play it where we wanted to, because that one is going to die soon. Let's play where we wanted to. And then I don't know how we deal with you, but we'll figure that out next turn. We've got another one going up the train that we have to deal with as well. Okay, what do we do? We have to deal with you and you. You, all we have to do is deal you 2 damage, which, in theory, the Token of a Traitor deals you 2 damage. In theory. For this one, I'm not sure what we do. We could do Titan's Gratitude. I probably want to play Gifts for a Guard this turn. Except that means we couldn't play the Titan's Gratitude. If we played Gifts for a Guard at the top, that might be good. Because I actually want to burn these spells. So let's play Gifts for a Guard at the top. Oh, it still didn't hit you. How extremely unfortunate. We're going to play the Preserve at the top and put that on Titan's Gratitude. There we go. Alright, now the top is no problem. Now we want to deal with you guys. Which we will deal with like so. Urchin Spines. This one has Consume, this Wicklash. But we can feel free to put Wicklash on you. Because we get lots of burnout, and then when you get hit, you also give burnout. How do we deal with you? I mean, I guess we do Frozen Lance, and then next turn we play Titan's Gratitude. Okay, I like that plan. We can play the Dreg here. I don't mind playing the Dreg here. We put it behind. Okay, great. I think we have solved all of the problems that we have seen in this battle. Now it's just the boss. The boss immediately kills my champion, and the Icy Siliphyte only gets 1 attack off. Wow. That's pretty bad. Do you get 2 attacks off? Because when these 2 die, you get enough health that you don't... No, that doesn't work. Okay, well, I guess we play Urchin Spines to apply 2 spell weakness to the boss. we play... My plan was to do Titan's Gratitude on you. Do we do Frozen Lances on you instead? A Frozen Lance doesn't do that much damage. The Titan's Gratitude is going to have to be played. So I think what we do is Wicklash here. The Frozen Lances all the way across. Oh, I should have played the Frozen Lances before playing the thing that gave spell weakness to. Whoops. That could actually be a problem. Where do we put this drag? Let's get rid of the drag. And by getting rid of the drag, we probably want to put it in the center. It's not like we have anything else to put there. Yeah, okay. So let's put the drag in the center. It will die immediately from the boss, basically. We could just not play this Frozen Lance this turn, and play it next turn. I think that's worthwhile. We do have to play this. Oh, we're gonna discard the Frozen Lance, aren't we? Let's play this. We did not discard the Frozen Lance. We get to play it... We get to play it next turn, or we could just keep it in the hand so that we don't shuffle it back in the deck. Let's do that. Don't shuffle it back in. Okay, so the boss did not take much damage there. We want to play the Titan's Gratitude, but we kind of don't want to do it with Gifts for a Guard. We can play Lady of the Reformed at the top. If we play Gifts for a Guard, then we get to play Urchin Spines and Titan's Gratitude, probably. Or we could play Urchin Spines, Titan's Gratitude next turn. It's just that we couldn't play Gifts for a Guard next turn if we do that. And then we don't play any of the Frozen Lances, because we want to put as much spell weakness on the boss as possible. Okay, I think that's the way. Is the Lady of the Reformed worth it? Yes, Lady of the Reformed is worth it at the top. And then, do we do the Wicklash on it? On the Lady of the Reformed? I think we do. And then we don't play the Frozen Lances, because we actually want the spell weakness to be used on our big spell. Okay, so here's the Urchin Spines. Urchin Spines first. Now you've got 4 spell weakness. The Wicklash goes here, and then we play Titan's Gratitude, which deals kind of not enough damage. Kind of not enough. Do we die here? I think we might die here. Well, yep, we do die here. Unfortunate. I died to Sower of Sorrow again. But there we go. That was the attempt at Covenant rank 25. That was my 3rd attempt. And I don't know where that deck was going. It certainly had the problem of being able to deal a small amount of damage to a lot of units, but not a big amount of damage to any particular unit. And that was a problem. The fact that the boss had sweep really hurt, as you could see. But I don't know. Didn't know where that one was going. I did not think it was going to die there. Since this was a loss, no new Divine Winds nor Mastered cards. On the right, Sower of Sorrow shows up for the 3rd time in a row. The Sower of Sorrow having sweep really hurt my plans this run. However, I would be remiss if I didn't also point out the overcharged tank. This enemy having Harvest was very bad for my overall plan. I just barely was able to defeat the ones we saw. On the left, Cuddlehex reaches my 10 battle threshold. This little guy freezes a card in your hand, which is kind of like drawing an extra card every turn, but only while he is alive. Icy Siliphyte was the MVP this run, easily outstripping the usefulness of my champion. And since I gave her a harvest ability, I tried to have as many die on her floor as possible. You might notice a -1 for my 100 battle threshold. That's due to me mistakenly counting Torch instead of Queen's Impling in one of the runs, so Torch has not actually gotten to 100 battles yet. Thank you to Floor Snake for noticing that mistake. For artifacts, Token of a Traitor gets my vote for most useful this run. Sometimes, you only have to do 2 damage to an enemy, and Token of a Traitor does exactly that. Just randomly. Fade's First Blade I had high hopes for. In a run where my units needed attack quickly, and many of them had burnout, Fade's First Blade was what I intended to rely on for that extra attack damage. Check out my tracking sheet, link in the video description. New episodes every Saturday, and thanks for watching.